Chess is more than a game. It's strategy, it's intelligence, it's friendship. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my channel. The game has just begun.
Hi chess friends, today I'm here to show you a game of one of my favorite player, the impressive young Indian player GM Rameshbabu Praggnanandhaa, and this game is simply fantastic. Pragu plays with the white pieces and he has to fight against Mamedyarov, a super GM from Azerbaijan, and this is so tricky game, so fantastic game. We can begin. Rameshbabu opens with d4, d5, c4, c6 by Mamedyarov, and knight f3, knight f5, f6, and e3, bishop g4. This knight can't be moved because queen falls, so h3, attacking the bishop, and bishop h5, knight c3, e6, and queen b3. A nice development of both players. This queen here can hit this pawn on b7, and this bishop can be development on the d3 or e2, and in this way Rameshbabu prepares to castle. We have queen c7 to defend this pawn, and g4, a really aggressive move by Rameshbabu. And here Mamedyarov could have played something like bishop capture for f3 and pawn capture for f3, but he preferred not to leave the g file open for the rook and to shot some attack. So queen c7 and g4, bishop g6, and now knight e5. This knight here is so strong, has a lot of targets, so knight d7 to change this knight, and here we have knight capture for g6. This light square bishop is so strong, so Rameshbabu decide to capture. We have h capture for g6, bishop g2, and g5. We have bishop d2 to prepare a long castle, and now bishop e7. Long castle by Rameshbabu, and now knight b6 with the idea to jump on c6, really strong knight. Here we have c capture for d5, pawn capture for d5, and now king b1. Typical move when you do a long castle. This an open file, c file. Really soon this rook can be bring here on c8. So, and this queen is so strong. So king b1 and knight c4. Really strong knight here is defended by this pawn, and put pressure on b2, put pressure on d2. Bishop c1 to save the bishop, and now b5. Typical idea when there is an opposite castle, you have to push your pawn in front of opposite king, and in this way Mamedyarov tried to break through into the fend of white king. f4, Rameshbabu prepares the same thing. He want to open up some f file or g file, and now b4. This knight is attacked, and knight d2, g capture for f4, knight capture for f4, and this knight here is so strong. Both knight of c4 and of f4 are so strong, and g5 to threat this knight. We have knight d3. This knight here is so strong. And a5, very offensive move and typical plan to attack on the queen side. So queen a4 check, king f8, and now a really nice move by Rameshbabu, h4, the only way to open up some line. Here Mamedyarov should capture this pawn like g for h4 simply, or with the rook capture for h4, rook capture for e4, and pawn capture for h4. But here it's a blitz game, so Mamedyarov decide to take this pawn. Knight capture for g4, h capture for g5. Now this line is completely open, and king g7. So if here Rameshbabu capture, Mamedyarov can capture with the rook on h8. We have g6, really brilliant move by Rameshbabu, and this is the best move in this position, is to open up some line, and really beautiful. Here we have knight capture for e3, and now pawn capture for f7. This bishop is undefended, so knight capture for g2, but here follows rook g1, and this knight here are in a critical position. Here you can't retreat this knight because this knight would be undefended. Bishop capture for e3, this knight is pinned, so he can capture the bishop, and sorry about that. Okay, and so here we have rook h2 to defend this knight, but here follows simply bishop f4. This move is so strong, the black queen is attacked, the rook is attacked, and after knight capture for f4 follows rook capture for g4 check, knight g6 to block the check, and now knight e5. This knight here is so strong, defends this pawn, attacks this knight. This knight here is pinned, so very bad position for black. Here we have b3 to maybe put some pressure with some move like queen c2 and queen b2 checkmate, but here we have simply queen capture for b3, and the c2 square is covered. Rook b8, but it's too late because here Rameshbabu plays rook capture for g6 check, king capture for h7, and here Rameshbabu finishes this wonderful game in a style with this move, rook g2. What a move! This rook is attacked, and you can capture the rook. If you capture the rook, follow queen h3, and after king g7 we have queen for g2, and the position is completely down for Mamedyarov. After king h1 follow rook h1 checkmate, or after king here rook can come here, and this is checkmate. So completely losing position. You can move the king here because follow queen g8, and can you see this wonderful position really? And so after rook g2, Mamedyarov decide to resign the game. Here you can capture the rook obviously because follow rook capture for h2 check, and after the king move here we have a rook g1 check, and after the king move here we have a rook f2, and this is checkmate. So there is no possibility to do, really nothing to do. If you try something like rook here h6 to defend this checkmate, you can play simply rook g1, and you are threatening here rook for g7 checkmate, and you can capture this queen. If you capture this queen after rook g7, king here, and this is checkmate completely. So this player is so impressive, and really wonderful game by Rameshbabu Praggnanandhaa, and this move G6 is really genius. So I hope this video enjoy you. Thank you very much for watching my video. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and see you soon with another video. Thank you really much, and bye. Thank you.